Okay, well, this is part 4 of Han's story, and I'm on my way to meet up with some friends. So, thankfully, Mike agreed to record. But I wanted to share a little bit about the police report that Kelly and I went to the police with, and how we were able to make a report, and then what they were able to do with it. So we went to the police immediately afterwards, after we left the coffee place with Han and Jimmy. It's called Lily's, I want to say it's Lily's Cafe in Westminster. And so we decided, well, we got to get to the police immediately while Han is still in town. So we went to the Cypress Police, and they redirected us to the Westminster Police Station. Because it has to be in the same city that you met with the person, so, or where the trafficking is happening in that city specifically. So we went to the Westminster Police, and we were able to get in immediately and met with an officer there, and she took down all of our details, all the details that I've already shared on all of these videos. And she said, well, I hate to break it to you, but it sounds like Han is being trafficked. And Kelly and I said, yeah, well, we kind of figured that. And so she took down all the information, and we gave her the timeline, and we had, the actual address of where Han was staying in Garden Grove at an apartment. And we gave her, we said, this is the exact apartment. We know she's there. We just saw her this last hour. Is there anything that you guys can do? Can you go, bust in and get her out of there? And she said, well, the problem with that would be if we busted in and got Han out, we actually put at risk all the other women who are there. Because if it's just one person and we bust in and rescue the one person, let's say there's 10 other women who are scattered throughout the city, within a day, they're all vacated, they're all gone. And so what ends up happening is you get one person at the expense of 10 or 20 others. So I don't know if I agreed with that or not, but she has more experience in this than I do. And another issue they would run up against would be where to put Han. And so that's part of the issue with human trafficking, is that when a woman or man is rescued out of it, that there's no place to put them. And so that increases the likelihood of them getting back into it because they have nowhere to go. The probability of someone re-entering into human trafficking, because it provides safety and it provides someone watching over them, their pimp or their trafficker, they end up getting back into it. Especially if they don't speak English, they don't know how to get a job, they don't know how to live in the U.S., and so they end up getting back into it. So the issue would be, where would we put Han? So both of these to me didn't seem like good enough reasons, but they also told us we should not do anything. Kelly and I should not go into the apartment and get Han. Although everything in me wanted to, that is a lot of wisdom to not approach a trafficker, and we were already putting ourselves in harm's way enough. So we gave them all the information, and my mom made a police report here in Lafayette, Indiana, reporting on Ellie Nail, saying there's trafficking going on there. And the person that she met with at the police station said, well, the issue with this is that Han would have to go and report what's going on herself. So the likelihood of that happening is very slim because A, she doesn't speak English, B, she gets moved around constantly, C, even if she knew to go make a report at the police station, she wouldn't be able to get there, and D, all of those put together. She doesn't even know the resources available, or that she would have to be the one to make the report. So the likelihood of that happening was very slim, but my mom did make a report. The police do know that Ellie Nails is sketch, but until the women themselves make the report, they can't do anything about it. So there's a sad ending to all of this, which is Han, we weren't able to get her out, because we didn't have the resources. I was 20, no, I was 21. Kelly's like 23 or 24 at this time. We had no idea what we were doing. But she did give me, before I left, this $2 bill that she had made, and I keep it in my wallet. If you want to show right in front. She's had that for 10 years. It's a $2 bill she's had for 10 years. And I keep it with me all the time to remember to pray for her. Every time I pay for something and open up my wallet, I think about, the price of her life. And I can't really get it out right now. Actually, can you help me get that out, Mike? So I keep it in my wallet, and I remind myself to keep it with me always. And she said our hearts are connected. So she said, these are our hearts, and she wanted me to keep this. So it's a reminder to me of this time that I had with Han. And she reminded myself to pray for her. And so now you know about Han and her story. 37-year-old woman came to America thinking she's going to get married. She said it turns out he loved money and not her. And now, unfortunately, she's stuck in the trafficking, slave trade. So if you think of her, pray for her. I'm trying to do all I can. There are a lot of efforts being made with International Justice Mission, A21, the End It movement, the Priceless movement, Not for Sale movement. There's so many ways that you can get involved. There's so much information out there, and you don't have to go through all that I went through, meeting with her, being tracked or any of that. All you have to do is when you see something fishy, know the signs, and then make a report. And if you can, go to the police so that they know what's going on. Do your research, and try to raise awareness if you can. Like I said in my post, there's about 6 to 8 million people who will be trafficked in the next year, just the next year alone, across international borders. And so it's up to people like you and me just knowing what's happening and what are the signs. So thanks for listening. This is part 4 of the story of Han, and this is my final video. And if it's inspired you at all to want to get involved, you probably know who I am. So just call me or text me, and maybe we can talk a little bit more. Alrighty, thanks guys. Happy New Year's Eve. Take care.